go through our weekend wind down yoga for this week. So just 30 minutes, nice and chilled out yoga, linking some breath with the movements and just trying to quieten the mind, ready for the week ahead. So we'll start in a comfortable seated position. So root down those sit bones, the bony parts in the bum, and lengthen up the spine, reaching up through the crown of the head. Just rest the palms on the knees, let the shoulders melt down, and close your eyes. Just bringing your awareness to your natural breath, flowing freely in and out the body. Taking this time to try and quieten the mind. And just noticing any sensations you have in the body. Notice the areas that are connected to your mat, to the earth. So the sit bones, the sides of the feet perhaps. And feel the temperature of the air here. Is it cool? Is it warm? Feeling that connection. Working with a sense of grounding. And then bringing your awareness around to the full body now. Noticing how you're feeling today. Starting to deepen into the breath. So as you inhale, fill the belly with air. And as you exhale, soften, draw it back to the spine. So sending the breath deeper than you normally would. So fill the pelvis, base of the belly, and up. And exhale, release. You can bring one hand onto the belly as well to really feel that exaggeration, the deepening into the breath. I'm going to start to send the breath a little higher. So as you inhale, fill the belly. Now also start to fill the diaphragm and the rib cage. Feel the rib cage rise and expand. Then exhale, soften the rib cage, soften the belly. And again. Next breath, you can bring the other hand up to the chest. We're going to bring it all the way up to the shoulders. So fill the belly, the rib cage, the chest, all the way up. The chest rises, maybe the shoulders rise too. Exhale, shoulders drop, chest lowers, ribs soften, belly goes back. And again, lovely full deep breath. The hands back to the knees and continue with this breath. So this is our yogic breathing. One more time. Lovely. Now on your next inhale, just gently flicker the eyes open, send the arms wide and high overhead. Interlace the hands at the top and press the palms towards the sky. Feel the stretch down the sides of the body. Breathing deeply here. And as you exhale, spread those fingers wide, release down the sides. Interlace the fingers now at the base of the spine. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the chest to the sky. Breathing deeply here. And release, walking those hands down in front of you, folding over the legs. Letting the head hang and be heavy. Then walking those hands back in, making your way onto all fours. In a neutral tabletop position, so knees under hips. hips, hands under shoulders, spread through those fingers. Inhale, take your gaze up or take a few rounds of cat-cow. Exhale, gaze down, arch into the upper back, tailbone under. And again, inhale, taking your gaze up. Exhale, taking it down. So feeling the stretch of the front and then the back body here. So just linking this breath to your movement. So keeping it nice and fluid. Lovely. Then tuck the toes and sit those hips back up high here. So you're having a little toe squat here. So feeling the stretch down the soles of the feet. Lift through that chest. Inhale, reach the arms out wide to the sides. And bend the elbows up, fingertips facing towards the sky. On your next inhale, we're going to take a gentle back bend. So shine the chest up, elbows lift. And exhale, fingers down, round into the upper back. And again, inhale to lift and open. Exhale, round. One more time. Release the toes if it's too much. Lovely, release those arms down. Give them shoulders a couple of rolls. And release the hands down to the mat. Make your way back to your downward facing dog. So wrapping those shoulders. Send those hips back nice and high. Just walking the feet out here for a moment, taking a bend in one knee at a time. Let the head high and be heavy. You can give it a little nod and a shake. No tension in the head and the neck. And finding stillness again in your downward facing dog. Breathe in. Extend the right leg back and up to the sky. Keep those hips squared. And take a bend in that raised leg and bring the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Releasing the left knee, left toes down to the mat. You can have a little wiggle into the hips. Okay, coming into our lasered lunge. So we'll start to walk those hands forward. And start to bend into the elbows. You might have a block or a prop or something you want to put here, or you can maybe come all the way down onto the elbows. Breathe in deeply here. Lovely, walking back up onto those hands. And root down through the left hand. Use the right hand to press that right thigh away, allowing that left hip to sink further forward and down. The sole of this right foot lifts up. Lovely, and release. Stepping that right foot back to meet the left knee. Coming back onto all fours for a moment. And making your way back to your downward facing dog. Then extend that left leg back and up to the sky, hips are squared. Take your gaze up, bring the left foot to the outside of the left hand, releasing the right knee, right toes. Have a little wiggle into the hips again. And come into our lasered lunge, so walking those hands further forward. And sinking into that hip. Just make sure you're down equally on both elbows or both sides, however far down you are. Try to let the head hang and send the breath into any tension you feel. Coming back up. Root the right hand down and use the left hand to press that thigh away. Bringing that left hand down. We are going to step straight back into our downward dog again from here if you can. So tuck the back toes, lift the back knee and step that foot back. Release the knees down, coming into a wide-legged child pose. So big toes together, knees out wide. Sit the bum down. Walk the hands forward. The further forward you go with the hands, the deeper into the shoulders. Just let the forehead settle down. Surrendering, letting go. Lovely. When you're ready, we are coming back into that downward dog. One more time. So we peel the body up, spread through those fingers, tuck the toes, send those hips back and hide. We are coming into Malasana, Yogi Squat, Garland Pose, whatever you like to call it. So we're going to bring that right foot to the outside of the right hand, toes pointing out, heels in. And then the left foot to the outside of the left hand. And then sitting that bum down, keeping the chest lifted. If your heels are lifted, you can fold the mat under your heels. If you have a bit of space under the bum, you might want to put a block or a book or something under there. I'll just turn this way so you can see me, but wherever you are, rooting down through what is grounded. Bring the hands together at the heart center, elbows and the nooks and the inner knees, lifting through that chest and close the eyes, breathe in deeply. Lovely. Keeping that right elbow glued in, release the fingers down to the mat and extend the left arm up. Opening into the chest. Then swapping sides, bringing the left elbow to the nook and the knee, plant the hand down and extend the right arm up. Lovely. Bringing those hands quite further forward in front of you. Turn back this way a bit more. Shift the weight forward into the hands and straighten into those legs. So your legs are quite wide now. We're just going to fold over the legs here. So you want the weight, maybe just try shifting from toe to heel. Trying to let the head hang and be heavy wherever you are. Lovely. And spin those heel toe the feet in back onto your mat so they're a bit closer together. Then soften into the knees and uncurl the body, coming all the way to standing. Is the last thing to lift. Lovely, just taking a breath here in your mountain pose, your Tadasana. So feet are about hip width apart. Then lift the toes, spread them and root them down. So really rooting down the feet into the earth. Draw the quads back up to the hips, belly back to spine, fingers active. Reaching up through the crown of the head. So feeling this energy rooting down, rising up. Lovely. Taking a little stand and back bend. Bring the hands to the lower back, fingers pointing down. Just soften into those knees and scoop that tailbone under. So you're sending those hips forward and starting to lift the chest up towards the sky. Just take it to wherever feels comfortable for you. So it could just be here. Take it wherever you can. Just keep breathing, keeping it fluid. Don't overdo it. And pressing through the heels, gently squeeze the bum to come up to standing. And folding over the legs again. Bend into the knees, take hold of the elbows, ragdoll, let the head hang and be heavy. Have a little sway if that feels good for you. And release those hands back down to the mat. We're going to step back onto our knees, but we're sending them back a little further. So we're sort of coming into a half plank position. So you want to start to lower the body down like you would in a vinyasa. Bring those hands forward into your cobra. So press into the hands, draw the shoulders down. And see if you can start to deepen into this a little more. So keep the hips grounded. Try to don't let the ribs splay out to the sides, just to keep that length in the spine. Reaching up through the crown of the head, lift it through the chest, starting to straighten into the arms a little more if you can. And then lowering the body back all the way down. Make a little pillow for your forehead. And bend the knees up, give them a little windscreen wiper from side to side. Okay, releasing the feet back down. We are going to come into a locust pose, so another back bend here. So reach the fingers down by the thighs.
Could you try again?
Forehead on the mat. And we are going to, at the same time, lift the lower legs and the upper body off the mat. So keeping the hips grounded.
I'm not sure I understand.
Siri's chatting on my phone. Lower the body down. So sorry, when you're ready, squeeze and lift the upper body and the lower body off your mat. Keep trying to draw those toes together, so spiral the inner thighs. Keep breathing here, don't hold your breath. Lovely, release the forehead back down to the mat. You can bend those knees in again if that felt good for you. Warm up from side to side. Okay, and we are going to extend the left arm out to the left side. Bring the left cheek down to your mat. Then the right leg is going to come up and back over to the left hand side. So this is nice into the chest, into the shoulders, and the back as well. The right hand is just placed in front of the face. Lovely. Rolling back onto your tummy. Taking it the opposite way, so bend the left hand in, the right arm out, right cheek to the mouth, and step that left leg back and over. Lovely. Coming all the way back down. Lifting the body up. We are going to swing those legs round to the front. Draw the toes back towards you, sitting nice and tall here. Inhale, reach the arms wide and high. Exhale, sweep those fingers as far past the feet. Lengthen that spine out of the hips. every inhale, see if you can lengthen. And every exhale, maybe you can deepen a little bit more. And then uncurl the body. Okay, just the last thing to lift. Lovely. Bend the soles. Bring the soles of the feet together, the knees out wide for Baddha-Konasana. Taking hold of the ankles. Again, just sitting up nice and tall here. We're just going to have a little flow here. So as we inhale, we're bending at the elbows and pulling that chest through, lifting up, spine is straight. And as we exhale, we're going to round into the upper back, taking your gaze back. So you're also tilting the pelvis here as well. So inhale, rolling over the pelvis, pulling through, chest lifted, and exhale, roll it back. And again. Lovely, inhale to lengthen. Sit up nice and tall. Bringing those thighs in and slowly coming down onto your bums. So nice and slow, belly is active as you do so. Just feeling each vertebrae connect to the earth. Taking a moment at the bottom. Just enjoy this feeling here. You're supported. And hug the knees into the chest. Give them a lovely squeeze. Lift the forehead up towards the knees. And release. Release the left foot down. Extend the right leg up. Crossing that outer ankle across that left thigh for supine figure of 4. So you're going to lift that left foot off and draw it towards you. Interlace the hands around the leg. Flex through both feet. You can steer into that right ankle to open more into the right hip. Lovely, release the left foot down and the right. Opposite side, crossing that left foot over, outer ankle onto the right thigh, and draw it towards you. Uncross those legs. Just bring the arms out to the sides. Shift the hips off to the right, your knees to the left, taking a supine twist. So keep this right shoulder grounded. The hands can just come over the thighs, the legs, if that works for you. Take your gaze to the right. Just soften in the breath. Close the eyes if you're comfortable. Back up, shifting the bum in and over to the left hand side, your knees to the right, the left shoulder is grounded. Rolling back through center. If you've got any niggles in the lower back, just bring in the feet about mat width and let the knees roll in here. If your lower back feels absolutely fine, we're going to make our way into our Shavasana, so corpse pose. So bringing the heels about mat width apart. Feel free to have a drink or put your layers on, do whatever you need to do to get yourself comfy. Then walk the knuckles down so the shoulders aren't up by the ears, palms facing up. Tuck the chin slightly so the spine's fully lengthened. Close the eyes. Come into your natural breath. Just trying to soften and relax here as much as you can. With every exhale, imagine you're unveiling layers and layers of tension. Bringing your awareness to the feet, the opposite end of where we usually spend our time and our minds. See if you can, without moving anything, feel the toes. Bringing your awareness now into the balls of the feet, the arches of the feet. And releasing any tension from here down through the heels, down into the earth. Bringing your awareness up through the legs and into the hips. Feel the full volume of the legs, your legs pulled out to the sides. And your hips soft and open. Allowing any tension from here to melt down through the glutes, down into the earth. Letting go. Bring your awareness into the belly, your belly soft, lower and mid back. Releasing any tension down through the mid back here. And bringing your awareness up into the shoulder blades, into the shoulders. Allow your shoulders to melt open a little deeper. Letting go. Any tension, anything you're holding on to down through the shoulder blades. Bringing your awareness down through your arms now, all the way to the tips of the fingers. Letting go of any tension from the arms down through the elbows, down into the earth. And finally bringing your awareness up into the head, to the face. Smooth the brow, cheekbones soft, no tension in the jaw. Let go of anything you no longer need down through the back of the skull, down into the earth. And feeling all these points connected to the earth, the heels, the glutes, the mid-back, shoulder blades, the elbows, and the back of the head. Releasing anything that no longer serves you down through these 10 points. gradually awakening the body. Maybe making some movements with the fingers and toes, the wrists and the ankles. We deepen into the breath, filling the body with fresh new energy, new oxygen. On your next inhale, you might like a full body stretch. Reaching the arms overhead and pressing through those toes. As you exhale, hug the knees to the chest. Give yourself a nice cuddle. Rolling onto your right hand side in your own time. And in no rush at all. Keeping the eyes closed if you can, make your way up to a comfortable position as we were at the beginning. So again, just root down through those sit bones, lengthen through the spine. For your next few breaths, inhale and internally say the phrase, I am calm. I am safe. I am at peace. I am calm. I am safe. I am at peace. And taking one lovely final big deep breath. Send the arms wide and high, gathering lovely positive energy.